Hi there, my name is Toby, and on this video I want to work on a very powerful Qi Gong exercise. But before we do it, I want to talk about this guy, Alexander Zass. He's a very interesting character. He's an old-time strongman, and here he is being pulled apart by horses. Two horses are trying to pull him apart and he's resisting it. And this connects exactly to the exercise that I want to do today, being pulled apart by wild horses. But this guy is very interesting. You can see he does these incredible feats of strength from his mouth, his body, and bending short bars, breaking chains, all sorts of very powerful things that we'd struggle to do today. It'd be hard pushed to find someone who could do this today. But he was only a small guy, not particularly muscular. And what's interesting about him is he trained his tendons. He believed the training and the strength in the body was all about your tendons. And this is what I'm doing here on body efficiency training. I'm talking about the tendons and the joints. Here he has been run over by a car. And again, you can see this in Shaolin, hit on the head, but he's having wood chopped on the top of his head. So continuous blows going into his head. So this is all done through the tendons and his alignment. And look at this here, lying between two chairs. This is very impressive. Very difficult to do that. It requires great tendon strength. And this is all he did. He trained his tendons over and over and became stronger and stronger and stronger. And it wasn't so much about big muscles. He was only a small guy. And here he could pull out nails rather, and bash nails in with his hands, very much like these old Kung Fu masters can do. But this is very interesting. This shows you that tendon strength is very efficient. You get very strong with relatively little effort, and he could do this all day long. He's very famous for just showing off his strength. Whenever anyone asked him, he would just do it. And you can see how small he is there. He's only a small guy. And they used to call him Samson. So I'll leave the links below to that video. It's well worth a watch, and it explains his life. And if you watch from about 20 minutes onwards, he talks about his training method. And so now we're going to do the exercise, and the exercise is being pulled apart by wild horses, or pulling wild horses, because we're not being ripped apart, we're controlling them. And we just start here by standing up and twisting left and right and trying to find a nice neutral spine, a backwards arch. And do a deep breath in. You can see the belly pulls in. I open the rib cage at the back, and a deep breath out as the hands come down. But I keep a nice straight backwards arch in the spine. I want to have a natural spine, a neutral spine. And stretching out, just feel that. And now what I'm doing here is twisting the shoulders. So I twist the hands back, and as I twist the hands upwards, the little finger upwards, then I pull the hands behind. And then I twist the shoulders over, little finger twists forwards as far as you can, and that stretches the arms out. So you can see here I've got two wild horses pulling my arms apart, and I've got to pull my arms inwards to fight against these wild horses trying to pull me apart. So as the hands come back, I inhale, and as the hands go out, I exhale. So this is the breathing, but the belly is always in, so I'm breathing deeply into the back of the ribs as I pull the shoulders back and rotate the shoulders. I've got to really twist the wrists. So I'm rotating everything to the limit, and as the hands go out, I'm rotating everything to the limit the other way. So it's all about the tendons. When you do this controlled rotation absolutely to the limit, you've got to try and keep increasing the range of motion in your body. That is when you activate the tendons. If you just do this movement in and out without full rotation, you're not really activating the tendons. You've got to try and activate the tendons. That comes from twisting and counter twisting. There's an isometric tension, so as I exhale, the hands separate out, and now I keep a certain resistance and pull in against that. So I'm twisting one way, and then I'm trying to twist back the other way. So inhale, I grab two fists, pull inwards, pull the elbows back, and as I exhale, I stretch out right to the fingertips, rotate the other way. And I breathe in. Here you can see the shoulders and the rib cage go up and back. I pinch behind and inhale deeply to the back of the ribs. Here you can see breathing in, expand the ribs but pinch the scapula behind. You see there's tension going on, but I'm trying to activate the whole spine, all the tendons and the ligaments in the shoulders, elbows, wrists and fingers, and then I stretch them all the way apart as far as possible, again synchronizing the breathing. Here exhale, pull the belly in, all the air goes out, twist all the way forward, inhale, but try and inhale to the back of the ribs and squeeze to the back of the ribs. So when I pull my hands back, I start the pull from the middle of the back. I start pulling from the middle of the back, then I pull in the rib cage, then I pull in the shoulders, then the arms follow. So I'm creating a trail, I'm dragging, I'm trying to pull back these wild horses from deep in my spine. It all starts in the spine, and then in vice versa, when the hands go out, you extend from the spine. And now let's try another one. This is going into deep spinal breathing. So all I'm doing is arching back and hunching forward. So inhale, open the ribs, lift up the shoulders, stretch them back, do a little bounce, and exhale, I hunch forward a little bit, pull in the belly, bring the elbows together, hunch forward and squeeze all the air out. Here I inhale, arch back, stretch back, exhale, hunch a little bit forward, squeeze out all the air. So here I'm mobilizing the spine with the breathing, and you can do this a bit further. So exhale, I squat all the way down, and I inhale, open, rise up all the way. Feel that full stretch through your body. Exhale, squat down, squeeze the air out. Inhale, really suck in the air to the back of the ribs. That's the deepest part of your lungs. You're still controlling the belly. The belly has always got a little bit of strength pulling it inwards. You want to have a strength around the lumbar spine. Remember, we're working the whole body and we're trying to work the tendons. And the way we do that is slow isometric tension with movement. So I've got to hold a tension in my body. This is like yawning and stretching. You do this when you yawn and stretch. I'm holding a tension and moving through that tension. And then just to finish, we're going to collect the Qi. This will also build the Qi energy in your body. Nice big circle. Breathe in, collect the Qi, and breathe out, bring it to your belly. And here I'm just twisting again, releasing everything. Make sure there's no residual tension left in your body. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little workout and this Qi Gong exercise made sense. Go slowly and carefully. You are using tension and you are mobilizing your spine, so you've got to go slowly and carefully. It's all about the movement and the alignment. It should feel pleasant, like a lovely morning stretch. And here I am just finishing off with a little bit of freestyle Qi play. I'm just moving about and just feeling the Qi and going with the flow. But I want to say one final thought. It's a little thought experiment. Imagine a Qi Gong master being pulled apart by wild horses. Now this is again how Qi works. So imagine you've got two chains tying up your arms, two chains tying up your legs, and you've got four wild horses pulling you apart. Now the Qi master is going to use Qi to resist this. So the Qi is the energy. They need energy in their body to do this. And the energy's got to come into their tendons, which is the strongest part. So they will be activating their tendons, like that guy Alexander Zass, and like what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying I'm like him. I'm trying to do this and trying to explain this. But not only that, he would be using Qi. He or she would be using Qi energy. And they would connect to the Qi through the horses. You see, the Qi is all around us. This is a very interesting thought experiment. So they would extend their Qi energy through the metal chains into the horses themselves, through the horses and into the earth. So this is the first thing they would be doing. They would connect their Qi outwards through the chain, through the horse, into the earth and collect this earth Qi. And then they would bring that back to their core, their center, and from that core they would use that Qi, that energy, to activate their tendons and pull inwards against the horses. But more than that, because Qi is not a physical force, it's to do with the life force, he would also be able to drain the Qi out of the horses. So be using the horse's own strength against them, pulling the Qi of the horses away from them into himself. So the horses would become weaker. They would feel drained and demoralized, and they wouldn't try so hard. So there's another thing going on in Qi when you're doing this. It's a very interesting thing, well worth thinking about, and I'm going to talk more and more about Qi and how it works, and how this works in martial arts, the ability to drain your opponent's Qi. It's something very interesting. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and it made sense. Check out one of his other videos here, and I look forward to seeing you next time.